Keep It Tiny, a show where we discuss in depth the business side of tiny homes, glamping, tents, domes, and everything in between. So speaking of winter, a lot of people are scared of winter. A lot of people who are doing this business because, you either know or you're going to learn very fast. Your pipes will freeze. Those things can go awry. So you guys have chosen to stay open in the winter. How's that experience been? And, how's it paying off for you guys in terms of occupancy rates and things of that nature?
I think we were a little surprised, but we were fully booked all winter. And I have to say, we were just open on the week. We had like long weekends, right? We weren't open for an entire, the full week. But we were open weekends,
right? Monday through Thursday, we kind of had blocked out. But Friday, even I guess sometimes we did have Thursdays through like 4-day stays and stuff.
But we were completely fully booked.
You were fully booked all winter,
and people were coming up. I mean, we ended up with over 3 feet of snow up here.
Yeah.
I mean, people were coming up. We were recommending get snowshoes.
Mm-hmm.
They had a great time.
Yeah.
People come up here to cross country ski. There's really good trails for that.
Humans are a lot more resilient than people think.
Yeah. Well, and that's part of it. I think we and I'm guilty of this too, is like the technology attachment that we all seem to have. It's like, we're so frail if we don't have an outlet to plug into. Mm-hmm. But when you realize like what happens is when that stuff gets taken away, people will find a way to entertain and experience whatever it is that they're in, and they survive it, with success, and they enjoy it.
But I think there's like this cabin has sort of this coziness to it, and Definitely. I think people were really attracted to that. I mean, being able to build a fire,
and the
we
wood
even
stove
had people,
here.
having the wood stove, but being able to look out and see the snowfall, and we had people who were making campfires in the winter too, and having winter, which we love to do.
Yeah. And did you guys change your pricing over the winter months?
Well, we started, so our first season was starting October 2020. Mm-hmm. So we were in the midst of the pandemic. I think people were ready to like just do a little something and be away from whatever it was that they were around.
This was a good place to socially distance.
And it was right. So it gave somebody an opportunity to do that and feel safe about doing it.
Yeah.
And so when we started in October, we just set a price that we thought was comparable to what we felt was going to be worth our time, because we manage this ourselves. We do all the cleaning, the turnover, and all that. And honestly, we didn't quite know how much work it was going to be. It's a fair amount of work to do it yourself. I mean, it definitely is. You learn how much more time it's going to take than you initially think it's going to take.
And balancing that with your day-to-day
job and life
is still something that we're trying to figure out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we did not adjust the rate. We started at a rate and we kept at that rate. And it was, like I said, we booked up so quick, our heads were spinning. We were like, we literally just put this online. I think in 4 days, October was full.
Yep.
It wasn't long after November was full. And we were like, oh my God, and then December and January and February, and it was right up through. And we saw no need to make any, I think one could argue like, oh, maybe we could have raised the rate. Our goal was not necessarily to try to completely maximize the revenue off the bat. I think it was more about like getting exposure, getting the exposure, getting people up here. That was our primary thing. And honestly, with the fact that it booked up so quick, we didn't really have much time to try to worry about adjusting price. It was just like, boom, it was full. And we're like, okay, well,
right.
Good to know.